Yankee Stadium. You saw the power of father at that time. That was all because of Mr. Yoshida. Anyway, I want to welcome him up. He's been in Salo Motors. He's been in True World. True World? Really? Anyway, he can tell you all about it. Salo Machinery. But guess what? In 1995, he was a national messiah to one of the most special countries in the world.
France.
That too. The Ivory Coast of Africa.
Oh, that's French speaking.
So he's going to tell us the stories. I don't know how far he's going to go. We'll probably be here all night. So I gave him 15 minutes, but let's welcome him up.
Yay. Bonjour.
Good evening. I'm nervous to speak in front of my wife.
Send her away.
Usually I finish speaking and then I go home and then we argue each other. Today, I hope not happen. Okay, I understand this meaning of meeting. What is that? Building on rock.
Yes.
Very interesting. That's like a building on sand. It's no good.
That's right.
So which means what? We are making a rock for a building. That's a good question. Anyway, that is. So I'm afraid my Japanese English, most people understand, I think, because
Yes,
many
better.
Japanese.
Better than our Japanese.
But always problem. Some people misunderstand. So if some question, please think goodly. I'm talking good things, not bad things. Anyway, if I go Ivory Coast, I speak by English. Or every week I give sermon. So different church. We have 21 church in the country. Population, I think, same as Chicago, almost, a little different. So always I tell Reverend Takami, a competition to which one win. We have, let's say, like 3,000 members. What level? It's kind of quite different, but we have quite many. So it's kind of a feeling is very different here and there. I feel like Chicago. I tell you, Chicago. Or if I talk this kind of things, finish time. Worldwide, Chicago is very famous. Even my country, Ivorian knows Chicago is a good what you call state in America, best result. That's what people think. Then, because I know, when I compare to Africa, oh no, my country is better. That's my feeling. Because we have many churches and many members, and like a VIP activity, it's quite good. You know, many VIPs like Prime Minister and Congressman and of course pastors, they are coming and very interesting about us. So, like also Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is one is like a have good foundation. Like a three, because I am like a west side of Africa. So in the west side we are like a best nation of our church result. So anyway, that's my feeling. So like we do like father ask some activities, we do, you know, exactly what father ask. Then if do that like a UPF, you know, father that time what is that? Before UPF, what is that called?
IFWP.
IFWP.
Marcus?
Able UN.
No, Reverend Takami is right. Anyway, then just change to UPF. So we keep continue this same activities, but many VIP come. Then father asked the father's speech. That was very difficult because one accountant said, "I'm a Messiah. I'm a true parent." This part to read not easy because if people know this, they become negative. So we are so afraid, but we have to do. So we do, but we are expecting to some problem, but actually no. People understand, accept, and people like father so much. This kind of things happen. Then, like I stay like around 1 year and I come back here. Then here, Chicago, America, feeling very different. Kind of America is very delayed kind of feeling. Because like a spiritual atmosphere change so much, and like feel like a spiritual world is helping. That kind of a feeling I have always. But recently, because father is gone, so this kind of I don't know what I need to do. This is my basic biggest concern right now. But I not talk this kind of things already half time past, 30 minutes, right? 15. So just I explain, because there's many people, many different kind, old one, young one. So maybe just I give my testimony when I join, how I join. Maybe myself also interesting too. It's not too much, but anyway, this is a true story. I tell you. When I hear Divine Principle, I met a member. I'm 20 years old, so quite. I feel now I feel like I was young, but that time a member is more young. Like most people, let's say around 20, but under 20. There's many leaders and many human leaders also, but very young. So when I see like a second generation and members, like around 20 or even 17, 18, I feel like too young because can't understand and can't think like a world peace or purpose of life or God providence or this kind of things, and how to change nation and world, this kind of things. When I was like 20 years old, we are thinking that kind of things. I can't believe it even now. But we are seriously, we change and we talk. That's how we did. But anyway, around 20, that time I was very interested about what is the purpose of life. But seriously, I was thinking, because I was just become 20 years old. You know, Japan, 20 years old, everybody, we celebrate. We kind of do, we do, what do you say, ceremony. 20 years old ceremony. All over Japan. That's how we do. So, means after 20 years old, we become adult. We have to take all responsibility of ourselves. That's how we do ceremony, you know. America, I don't know, we do this kind of ceremony. That's why I'm thinking, oh, now from now on I'm an adult. So how to live? You know, then we think, you know, what is the purpose of life or something like that, seriously. Otherwise, already I was working in a company. So, you know, workers is very, what do you call? What do you say? Not satisfied, boring. You know, because wake up morning and prepare and go work and come back, sleep and go again, continue. 毎日like that. So gradually boring. Then you know, tired and then just continue all life like this. Then not satisfied. That kind of a feeling in the young age. Especially that time I was thinking like that. I tell you, before I joined, I was think I'm kind of surprised myself. I pledged 3 points until 20, and until become 20. Three things I always, you know, thinking. First, I not drink liquors. I don't drink alcohol. I not smoke, and I not what do you say? No, about the woman. What do you say? To keep pure. That 3 points I was keeping. I don't know why. But through my study, you know, in the school, whatever, this way is better, you know, pure life and something like that. But I have a very strong idea to make our way to say like ideal family, but a good family. That's what my one of goal. Good family means first of all, I should get a wife, right? But good wife. Good wife means, maybe already you know, because I don't really that. First one, beautiful one, smart, and not tall, not low, not too fat, not too skinny.
So deep.
That's my goal. So, but before 20, I not look any like this. I not have any relation. I should keep pure until 20. But interesting is, after 20, I start. Now, what do you call open?
The floodgates.
Then I start to look. But then that time I met members. So it's very interesting. Then anyway, I was working. I think that time I have a night shift. Nighttime 8 hours, night work, like 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock morning. That's how I did. Then basically one week by 1 week we change shift, 3 shifts. So but anyway that time, because I'm young, daytime can sleep. Now daytime I can sleep. Young age, daytime difficult to sleep. So we work nighttime and daytime go play somewhere. At that time I went like a swimming pool, but quite far away, like 15 minutes. Take 15 minutes by bus, something like that. So after work and the daytime I go to the swimming pool and then finish and go back, like a bus station, in front of a train station, but the bus station. I try to go bus station and then go company and work. So already I'm tired. I'm sleepy. So, not clear, but I know I have to go to the bus station, take bus and go home. But like mine is not clear. But some girl, small girl, she was 18 years old, high school. But she come to front of me and then give me pamphlet like this. Then she said, "I'm very inspired." She said, she come to me. So I couldn't understand what they're talking about. But anyway, she said, "Are you interested about purpose of life?" Of course, this is my main point I was thinking. So then I kind of wake up and I saw this pamphlet, show me. Then I kind of read, and then very clear, jinsei means, what is that? Life. I mean, kind of purpose of life. It said. Then I can see very clearly. Then I understand what she's talking about. Then she asked me, "Are you interested?" Then I say, "Of course, I'm very interested." So then she explained, "We are giving lecture, so you can come and listen." Then I say yes. Then she said, "When you can come?" Then I said, "I'm very interested." I said, "How about now?" That's I said. Actually, I didn't have much time, but somehow I answer like this. Then she kind of surprised. What's going on? She said, "What's going on?" Because many people not answer this way. Usually they say, "Okay, I come and promise day and time." No, never come. But completely different. Then she kind of surprised me. Then she introduced me. She actually 2 person was witnessing. This is what you call a missionary. Actually, they are student, but they are doing 40 days pioneer. 2 person. So they are stand front of a station. I didn't know. Train station and giving speech. We are something, and we are making. What do you say? We are trying to make a kingdom of heaven on earth or something like that. They talk like this, like crazy. But anyway, they are doing. My wife did something like that. But anyway, this is the way. So they were doing like that, but I didn't know. Only she come and explained to me, and then she brought me to that person. Then she explained, I won't listen. So they like put what you call flag, banners, put banner and keep speak. They don't care who listen or not, but when I went there, then they all cross, and they okay, let's go. We wait. When we listen their lecture. 5 minutes. Next.
Oh, don't worry.
You can stay midnight.
Yes.
Okay, so then I went here lecture, but this is very interesting. My feeling. Okay, 2 women, 2 young sisters, doing this, and then invite me. I follow them. Then like some kind of strange place. Then I feel like, is they okay? Maybe she abused me or something like that. Anyway, we went there, and they start very humble place, like a corner of like a small room, but like they are like a kind of a study school, after school, teaching something, but they are not doing. Like all the chair is there, desk is there, but some kind of a small place they rent and then give lecture. Okay, so they start lecture, but interesting thing, I tell you, I remember before they start lecture, she go like a kind of corner and then eating something. They make like a sound like eating cookies. Japanese say pori pori pori. Then I'm kind of wondering, you know. But anyway, after that, we start lecture. It's kind of strange, but anyway, lecture, when I hear lecture, it's very interesting, very, this is the one principle, so my mind start to change very much when listening to lecture. But because no time, maybe I explain, you know, why they eat something. Because like a 40 days pioneer, this is, of course, they come like a one-way ticket, not return ticket.
Wow.
Just they get one-way ticket, no money. Without money, they come and then do pioneer. Pioneer means that area is no church, but their goal is at least 3 persons to witness and then make church. This is their purpose. And very interesting, what you call, way to do motto or whatever. They not eat themselves. Like they are not looking food and they not do like that. If somebody not give food, they not eat. That's the way they did. Especially this group, group did like this. So they are doing, you know, things in life or live or death, die or life
or death.
Life over this. This is the way. So it's very serious. But later I find these people didn't eat 1 week.
Oh, wow.
Maybe more than 1 week. Because nobody give food, but they can eat. So when I went there, so they have to give a lecture, but no power. That's why they put something. So that was like a cookie, but it's not cookie. That is you know, maybe one have knows what do you call it? Edge of a bread.
Crust.
Oh, crust.
Japanese say mimi pan. Mimi pan.
Red crust.
That one they like, I think, cook some way and then they eat. That's how they did. So every day, every time I go, almost I go every day, you know, to hear lecture, because they do like this. They give a lecture and finish and hours and talk, right, as normal. And then give a lecture and finish. Finish and then next things you have to do. They did. Promise. Okay, what is the next time we can come? You know, exactly date and time. They promise. They make appointment. So then, because I'm very honest that time, still I'm honest. Same. But anyway, when I promise, I keep promise. So when I promise, okay, I come tomorrow 7 o'clock. Then I go before like 5 minutes. Then basically they are waiting. And then when I go there, then I say hello and they surprise. They are feeling like a surprise feeling, you know. Oh, you're here. That kind of feeling. You know, they can't trust. They can't believe because everybody promised, but nobody promised. This is how it happened. Keep 1 week, 2 weeks, like almost 40 days, something like this. So they not eat, and they just focusing witnessing to find 3 paths. This is how they. So that time, I was a kind of number 3, like interesting people to understand and listen lecture and read workshop. 3 person they find, but I'm a number 3. But all other 2 person was better than me. Smart. I don't know handsome or not, but they're very smart and high class. But all they left, I'm still here. So you can't decide, externally. But anyway, so almost finished. That's why when I joined, because I'm kind of very surprised, their life is just for some purpose to do something without eat and without drink or wear or whatever. That's how they did. But this is not just word. Realistically, exactly, they are doing like that. When I see, I understand, So they completely different lifestyle. Because me, that time, now, I don't know, maybe my wife, but me kind of different way, my lifestyle. Because I'm thinking how to eat, how great good food I eat, what kind of good house I live, what kind of good clothes I wear. That's my lifestyle, no? You are same, yes. But these people different. Without this, what kind of goal, what kind of things is there? I'm very curious about. More valuable than this, more valuable than beautiful woman. That kind of feeling, There's something there. When I see, this is a joke, but American like joke. They are not beautiful, So I'm myself. I'm very sure I'm not looking this person, this kind of person, but something there. That's how I start to come here, and I kind of change since then. If they are not doing pioneer, maybe I didn't come, because if not pioneer, they are not that serious, I think. So
They wanted to eat.
Huh?
They wanted to eat,
Who?
so they have to get to.
Ah,
I'm sorry.
that's American joke. Okay, so then they explain their lifestyle, like they explain like Matthew. Which one? Matthew chapter 6. know this. Whatever. Anyway, Matthew 6, chapter 6, 25, he said, don't, no need to worry about how to eat, how to wear clothes, and this way. They explain, in the Bible to say this. So they explain, therefore, we need to understand true things. Of course, this is about God. So, okay, finish time. So, anyway, the part of the divine principle, they explain about Jesus. So, I find Jesus' life course, and then I'm kind of surprised. Of course, I mostly surprised because he said when he was killed on the cross, he said he prayed to God, forgive them. This most I'm kind of surprised. I'm so surprised. Then through this, because somebody killed me, then I can say forgive them, and I can say that. No way. So through this, I find, oh, must be God is exist. That's how I find. So then I start to believe God. Before I don't know, I didn't know. Even I don't care. But this become very serious. If this is true, and we are the son of God, then completely different, and must be different lifestyle, and there is a value. It's not like what you call animal and eat and sleep and just keep like this. This is not human life. That's I find. Then I try to find. Of course, logically, should I say logically? Logically, God is exist. But this is just understanding by mind. This is not satisfied. I should feel it. I should feel God exists and God is always with me, or some kind of feeling. At least I should understand. I want to understand. God is exist. I want to talk directly or something like that. So that's my life change, and completely change my lifestyle from that point. So through this point, I joined and I become a full-time member.
Wow.
So purpose, I want to be like a holy man. You cannot believe, but anyway, I was. I want to be like a Jesus, like Japan, many famous Buddhists and Buddha, many like this. I want to be like that because their life is exactly told. They are not looking for the food. Their life is completely different. Working with God and God idea. This is how their life. So I want to be like that. I want to be like a pure man and a holy man, and even we are not good cross, but I'm happy that I want to go that way. Even I'm pure, I want to go poor, I want to go that way. That's how I determine, and I come, I join. I become full-time members. So I don't know, you know, full-time member. What is a full-time member means? Everything like you know, same as like a pioneer time of Christian or whatever. You know, that is their life, to witnessing, and only they do that. So I determine that way, and then I want to be like that in a unification church. After I joined, mostly fundraising, and it's completely different. But I adjust. This is a perfection stage of holy man. Still kind of same thing, but now I told you kind of changing time. So there is when I joined, you know, Unification Church, persecution was finished because 1967 is a last year of the first 7-year course. You know. Therefore, this time-wise is changing time. Not much persecution. Of course, media was persecuting many things, especially that time, because period of changing time. So media attacked Japan. But it's not like before. When I did some old first missionary in the Unification Church members' testimony I did, that persecution is so tough, you know. Like even father, you know, first first wife, how much persecute father, incredible, unbelievable. Then I realized that persecution time is not like a easy way. Than, you know, I never know because I never experienced. But she beating father with 3,000. This kind of things happen, but it's not even one time. And the father's clothes was dirty, and you know, but still father believed and explained about God and explained divine principle. Never give up. Then father made foundation from alone. That's how he did. But my time is my easy time, like you know, world peace and day of hope or whatever. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and
I really appreciate this guy. He's like a quiet horse, you know. He's like moving around, doing things. He doesn't shout. He's calm. He's got a lot of the characteristics I need. So I respect him. He's taking responsibility. And he's got the kicker. You know what the kicker is? It's principled living. It's taking responsibility. And what is it? What's the third one? Action that brings what? Result. So Emmanuel's bringing result, and I think he's going to explain how he's doing it. Let's welcome him up.
First, I'd like to say thank you, Mr. Yoshida. That was really good. I appreciate that. I'm going to time myself just to make sure I don't go over time. So, yeah, receiving and sitting isn't the easiest thing, so I appreciate you guys for sitting out there for that long. So I'm going to start.
Easier than talking.
So, yeah, Mr. Yoshida gave a very broad testimony. I'm really going to just kind of zoom in on just one element of my life, which is participation in the youth ministry. And I kind of wanted to label different parts because for me, if you talk about your life, for me it's easy to get lost. So I try to kind of like label it. So really, I want to go back to like my origin as to why I'm involved in youth ministry or why I began. In middle school, I went to Camp Coho and I really had a good experience with my friends. I was like, hey, you know, if I could create this for other people, I think that would be something really beautiful. And I also see other people in middle school, they're like, hey, can I staff? I'm like, of course you can. You can staff the elementary camp if you want. So from that, it also moved on to high school. Josh Swenson had a small DP group study. It was really good. It was like 5 guys, small group. They had a lot of deep conversations. And afterwards, their mom would cook, or we'd play some video games. It was really nice. And when I was in high school, I was like, wow, I want a little group like that. So that really inspired me. And my sister was also doing a cooking group. That was really nice. And those guys had a lot of fun. And also, when I grew up in the Salo apartments, and there were actually little kids there, and they were growing up more. I felt like, wow, I saw him as a baby, and now he's like an actual boy, and I felt like I'm kind of like a brother, because I've seen like that whole lifespan. So that also kind of impacted me as I saw those kids at church growing up. So those are kind of like some of the things that sparked my desire to be involved in the youth ministry. And in terms of this desire manifesting itself, I began to teach Sunday school junior year of high school when I was 17. I had long hair, and then Mrs. sometime was like, you gotta cut your hair if you want to teach youth ministry. And I was like, oh, all right, I'll do it. So I cut my hair. That was pretty good. And I taught Sunday school until I left off to STF. And it was a really good experience because now I'm seeing people like them and Sinja growing up to becoming older. It's really nice. And I'm doing your Illusion program too. Isn't that
Yeah,
weird?
amazing.
So I just feel a really good connection with some of these people I've been from Sunday school and now they're in Illusion. And I want to see them at Camp Coho too.
Mm-hmm.
So I really feel like I don't have a younger sister, I have an older sister. So I'm collecting all these siblings, which is nice for me. And then I started to staff middle school camps and elementary school camps. And it was a really good opportunity for me, and I kind of built a heart to really have concern for these kids. And then lastly, I went to STF, which is now called Generation Peace Academy. And while I was on STF, I had a desire like, oh yeah, I want to do a small group. That would be really cool and have a rich, hearty discussion with kids. And so, that was kind of like my idea. I wanted like a small group. But it ended up, Jerio was like, hey, please don't do a second year of STF. I need you to help out. And it turned out he was like, oh, I need you to be the youth pastor with 2 other people. And I was like, whoa, that's kind of a lot. I don't really know if I can do that. I kind of was thinking about being a small group leader, not so much responsibility. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to be the youth pastor anymore. I need 3 people. And I was kind of like, yeah, I don't see anyone else doing it, so I should probably do it, and this is a really good opportunity for me to give. So yeah, I was with Fuku and Kari for about a year. They got really busy with school and work, so I was alone for a little bit. Then I got people like Sujin and Carrie to help me out. Thanks, guys. That was really good for me. So right now, that's kind of where it is, and those are kind of like the good points, things that happened that were really simple. But that's kind of like the good part about my testimony. But also there are a lot of negative things that I felt during that time as well. More like, I would say, Cain type thoughts, or not God's perspective. But as I was in my senior year of high school, I noticed a lot of like team leaders I was with in these Camp Coho workshops. They were not living the lifestyle that I was taught to live. And it was kind of shocking for me that these team leaders would kind of like stray away, and this kind of lifestyle that they promoted wasn't really important to them anymore. That kind of hurt me. So when I went to STF and there were these older staff, brothers and sisters, I was kind of, yeah, you guys are probably fake and you won't change at all. And so I was really skeptical actually. So, but yeah, actually after some time on STF, I was just really trusting them, and I was like, oh yeah, these are some good guys. They really care about me. And after them giving up 2 or 3 years of their life, I was like, this is pretty solid people. After that, some of their lifestyle changed afterwards, and I really felt like, is this a person who would cry with me about God's heart, and their lifestyle is totally different from what they're talking about? So I felt kind of like, I really don't want this to happen to another second gen in our community. So I really decided, I really convicted myself, I want to be a young adult male in the community that stays consistent. Because that's something that's really, it's kind of frustrating for me. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, they, just preach about it but not really practice it at all. And to me, that was really, I guess, kind of hurtful at that time. Let's see how much time I have. Good. And I guess as I'm doing youth ministry, I'm kind of studying the kids a little bit, and I had them take a divine principle test. Oh, it's a little section of the relay race. I want to see how much they understand. And yeah, I realized that they got every question wrong that I asked them. These are questions that, really simple, like, what did Abraham forget to cut in the last portion of his offering? People were like, I don't know. Or I would ask, what's first, the foundation of faith or foundation of substance? I'm not really sure. And I thought, this is kind of scary, because I remember having these kind of diagrams when I was in elementary school. So that kind of made me kind of like really serious, like, okay, this is not really a good sign. And also I had a small group, and I asked these kids, hey, I really want to know, what is your opinion on true parents? Is it just a photograph, or is it something you really feel connected to? A lot of kids said, honestly, I don't really connect to it at all. It's just a photograph. And I was kind of like, oh, okay, that's okay. And also, I'm meeting with juniors and seniors, and some of the seniors or juniors, their perspective on the blessing is, it's just another like option, or just another lifestyle. Like, if I find someone else, we can make it work or whatever. But if I want to go to church, well, that's okay too. If I find someone in the church, the kind of the absolute conviction is kind of like, I'm just a little bit worried. Maybe this is my kind of negative thinking, but as I said, this is kind of like the darker side of my testimony. So I was really kind of concerned. And also, I remember one morning for camp, I was like, hey guys, this is the first morning, we're going to do some Hyundai K. Who here does Hyundai K on a regular basis? And I got about like one hand out of 72 participants. And I was kind of like, oh, so if you guys are spending 8 hours a day in school with teachers who have a very particular bias, if I have been in the school system for some time now, where are these kids getting their education? And so, and especially, I know not all of us, I know I'm not rich. I know our parents have to work a decent amount of hours. There isn't enough time to relate with their parents. Where are they getting their worldview from? So I began to become very kind of concerned. And also this year, much less amount of seniors were interested in going to STF. So it kind of made me think a lot about the next part of my testimony is structure. Let me look at the structure as I was growing up. I remember I had Mrs. Somotani, Mrs. Nagai, Danny Aguilar, Mrs. Davidson. They really guided me through elementary school and middle school. I always had Sunday school. I had Uncle Bill for high school. And we also had Davidson's Friday night. We had sports groups, cooking groups, boys dance group, girls dance group. We had 4 different small groups for freshman, sophomore boys and girls, junior, senior girls. And we also had the monthly Chi-Town Smackdown. And we also had Lee and Jerry doing young adult ministry. So there was a lot, like a church is like a big octopus, has a lot of tentacles. Wow, that's That's a lot of tentacles. I can plug myself in wherever I want, and you can feel a place that you can be at. But yeah, I realized that there was so much there for me when I was growing up. And if I look at right now, we don't have like a Sunday school for middle school kids or a Sunday school for high school kids. We don't have any kind of young adult ministry. So as an educator, I'm a little bit scared about the development of our second gen, and also my own development as well too. I think it'd be nice if we had a young adult ministry. And I realize I'm very limited. The things that I want to do, I can't stretch out that much. I'm also very limited in what I'm doing. So last point is things that I really want to see in our education. I really like an interconnected progressive curriculum that eventually leads up to GPA, which would be really nice. And I really want the Sunday school groups and its expansive small groups to also feed into that. I also want to make a post-GPA program to train them to learn them how to serve our community. And also, I want young adult group education, young blessed couples group and education. And yeah, just generally, I would like to build up the BC's confidence in who they are and the programs that they have to feel like where they're at is home, and they're learning and they're growing. Kind of like what Mr. Yoshida said, maybe it feels a little stagnant. I don't really feel like it's a lively plant that's why I'm so glad Uncle John is doing this. This is like some water for the plant to have it grow. But in terms of education, I feel like it may be a little bit stagnant. And I realized this is like the only thing I can do to kind of like those things that kind of bug me about people being not consistent, or I felt like, where are we going? So that's why I really want to do it, because if you want to complain about it, I really like this this verse my dad says from the Bible, the harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. There's no point to complain if you're not really going to do anything about it. So for me, I feel like this is something that bothers me, the development of our young people and their worldview. And since it bothers me, I have to do something about it. It's not all puppies and kittens, and I really love all the kids. I'm actually kind of worried. And I know I don't have a parental, warm, loving heart as all you guys do. I'm not really a parent yet. But, a bit of it is originating from, I guess, fear. And I just want to say that I really want to help as much as I can to develop some kind of curriculum or system which maintains itself in order to bring up young people. And unfortunately, I'm a full-time student. I can't really devote all this time to working 40 plus hours for this. But this is just a 22-year-old guy that's kind of concerned about second-gen growth. So thanks, let's see. Oh, good, under 15 minutes. So, thanks, guys.